Hi, I'm Susan Blaine and welcome. We're here with today's guest, Jean-Luc Boissonneault. I'm really excited to have him here. He's doing something really cool. He's the co-creator of the Peace Room, and we'll get into more about that in a second. Hi, welcome to Sharing with Susan B, telling stories from the heart. We're looking to inspire, telling stories of struggle, vulnerability, and lessons learned. But I did ask him what he wanted to be as a kid, and he told me his dad said that he wanted to sell popsicles on his bicycle on the beach, which is, I guess, entrepreneurial, right?
Yeah.
And then you took policing at Algonquin, but in the second year you decided no, it wasn't for you. But you were already a personal trainer at that time. You were a personal trainer, or have been a personal trainer for 15 years. And you did bodybuilding with your wife Chelsea, and you placed first in Canada.
Yep.
And
seventh in the world.
Seventh in the world when you were 21. Wow, that's serious commitment.
It is.
And Freeform Fitness is a really cool personal training model, and you started, and it was a franchise model, and you started that here in Ottawa, and they have 5 locations.
Yeah, opening a 6th one.
They're opening up a 6th one. But what I found interesting about you too, Jean-Luc, is that you've been able to build a business around your personal interests, right? Fitness was a personal interest of yours, nutrition, and now you're building a business around something that's really a strong interest for you now. Can you tell us about
absolutely.
the Peace Room?
Yeah, I guess I've always found that my real calling was to help people with their health.
Yes.
And that took me a long time to figure out, because I kept trying outside things and trying other businesses, but it didn't really, every time I would meditate, I kept going back to, oh, I'm the person that's meant to help people with their health. And whether that's mind, body, spirit, that's what it is. And so, you know, the progression from Freeform Fitness, which was my most successful company that I created.
And your sister's the CEO.
My sister's the CEO. She's doing a really great job. She will expand that place, I have no doubt. And then it just kind of, when I sold that company and took really a year and a half, 2 years off of doing nothing, you know, you have time. I can go back to the beach and sell popsicles.
It's always a fallback plan.
It's a fallback. Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it does.
You know, I had a lot of time to sit with myself and go, what is that thing that's calling me? And the next thing was that, you know, people are really stressed out. If one thing I learned from Freeform Fitness was that after seeing all these people, you know, it's like...
And high achievers. So.
High achievers, yeah, that are just really, the obstacle is stress, because when they're stressed, they can't really commit to a nutrition plan, or, you know, exercise. They tend to be able to do exercise, but when it comes to sticking to nutrition and just the overall, you know, sleep patterns and all that led me to realize that I need to do something in terms of meditation, because that is the tool that they need.
Peace Room was born.
Peace Room was born,
with your partner,
Catherine Hall,
and
Chelsea, my wife. We are pouring our heart into this thing. So.
I love it's on Spark Street. You guys got to check it out. It's super, super cool. So what has been your biggest struggle in terms of business?
In business, my biggest struggle...
Back to startup.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back in startup mode now, and I'm enjoying it, actually. As much as it's a roller coaster ride, I have more stability now in how I'm doing this, you know.
Yeah, well, you have some practice.
Yeah.
The Freeform Fitness.
Yeah, and I also got this awareness of like how to deal with all this chaos, you know. But yeah, the biggest challenge I had is moving from self-employed to actually owning a business and getting employees. I think, you know, I'm seeing my partner go through it right now, you know, and it is such a test for you personally, right? Because you're moving. It was all basically based on your time, and in that you have clients, and you're trying to please those clients, and you're you know, a lot is invested just in you and your personality. But then you move into this, okay, I'm hiring people and I'm removing myself, and now it's like those clients still want to work with you directly, and you have to say no, and you're pushing yourself away. Now you're, you know, has your work really, you know, mattered? Like, was the work, or was it your personality?
It's true.
You know, now you're creating kind of these operations and systems, and that removal, I can remember just being so painful.
Yeah. Well, it was so personal to you too. It was your baby.
It was,
step
yeah.
away.
And to certain people that you love so much, and you're like, okay,
You built friendships and relationships, big time.
So.
And what about this sort of new model and with the Peace Room? Because it's membership based now. It's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, when I originally started Freeform, it was membership based, and then when Good Life came to town, I had pivoted and changed it to a personal training studio, and now I'm back in this membership model. Yeah, it's challenging. It's really challenging, you know, mostly because people don't, you know, this is a new concept of paying for a membership for meditation.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm already have a gym membership. I may be doing yoga. What, I got to add this other thing on there. So we're staying very open, listening, you know.
What about personal struggle? What have you found to be one of your biggest personal struggles?
As a personal struggle, I'd say, you know, that obstacle of changing from self-employed to business owner comes with a whole bunch of leadership personal struggles, right? Because you always think it's something external, but really it's always internal.
And then back in startup mode again must be a little bit challenging. I know when we were chatting before, you'd mentioned that it's a bit of a struggle with your relationship too, going from a super successful business and now back into startup mode.
Absolutely. Like it's always the relationship dynamics for me, you know, and we make up stories, you know, like, oh, does she think that I'm like this, you know, and it's just a matter of transparency and kind of learning over time that we need to kind of connect together and be transparent about everything every day.
Yeah.
In startup mode, you don't feel secure ever.
No,
you know,
yeah.
you're really the root chakra, you know. It's like you don't feel safe. You never know if it's going to succeed or not. So you have to be able to dance with chaos, you know.
Dance with chaos. I like that.
Yeah, that's like my little motto.
Yeah, embrace the chaos.
Yeah, and just listen and be fluid about it, you know, and be open to moving and changing.
So that sounds like what you've really learned from the struggle then.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Is to embrace and dance with the chaos. And that communication is king, right? Yeah. What about advice for your younger self or for somebody coming up in the ranks? What advice would you give?
I would say start meditating right away. That's the starting point because.
And I'm sure you teach your daughter.
Oh yeah, I you know, and anyone that's in startup mode, I'm like, it will just create so much more stability in your kind of emotional roller coaster of this journey. If you just kind of sit with yourself, and also you're going to kind of be more aware of the things that matter, you know, because we can tend to be pulled into a direction that doesn't matter. But when you sit with yourself, all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like
prioritize, right?
You can prioritize. Yeah, I guess that's the
so
best way
next?
to say. What's next? I am really just focused on the Peace Room. This is the greatest thing I could do.
Holistic approach.
And then it ties back to my own personal alignment of helping people with their health. So there's this kind of global and then my own self and into this, which brings me complete alignment, you know, every day.
That's hustle, alignment's the new word.
New hustle, yes.
Yeah, the new hustle.
I love that.
How about rapid fire questions?
Sure.
To learn a little bit more about Jean-Luc. So who's your favorite superhero?
Superhero. I don't have a superhero that comes to mind.
Do you have a hero?
I would say like Gandhi.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good superhero.
Yeah, I would say like in real life, Gandhi. I like what Richard Branson is doing. Mm-hmm. I find his heart's in the right place.
Yeah, agreed. Favorite food indulgence?
Oh, I'm trying to unattach myself from pizza.
Okay, that's it is. Someone you admire?
My grandmother and my mother.
Oh.
Yeah, they just have the biggest hearts.
Favorite book, movie, or quote?
Oh, favorite book. Is there a category or
no?
No. Favorite book. I'd say Tao Te Ching from Lao Tzu. It's just I always go back to it, and it always brings me a bit of new inspiration that I hadn't even realized.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you have a favorite quote?
Yeah. I have a few from him, but it's kind of like my version of the quote is like all streams of water lead to the ocean because they are above the ocean. Put everyone above you and watch what flows.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
And what's your definition of success in one sentence?
To be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Jean-Luc Boissonneault, you can find out all about him on social media. He's got the best posts at the Peace Room, thepeaceroom.com. He's on Facebook and Instagram. Follow him. I repost almost every post you post every day. I don't know where you find them, but they're brilliant. Thank you so much
Thank you.
For joining us. And check out the Peace Room.